Hey there, Lakeside family. I am Jeremy Green here again, your new ministry coordinator, and I'm here to bring you another devotion based on the book The Third Day by our Bishop Tom Berlin. We're in week 2 of our sermon series based on the book, but also week 2 of Lent, a time that should be full of reflection and penance for us. So it's interesting to have to do that through the lens of Jesus' resurrection. But as you know, if you've watched last week and you've been following along in the sermon series, then this book and the way that we're using it is to focus on how the resurrection of Jesus impacted the lives of different individuals. Last week we looked at Mary Magdalene. This week we look at Simon Peter, one of the beloved disciples. And one thing that the bishop pointed out in this chapter is that one story that's present in all 4 Gospels is the story of Peter denying Jesus. In all their varied perspectives, that's one of the stories that's consistent all the way through. So we can gather by that story was very important to the early church. But you have to imagine for Peter, that story being memorialized time and time again didn't feel great. Bishop Berlin kind of connected this to how we can sometimes get stuck within stories that people tell about us. As the youngest of 4, I could definitely tell you that there are stories that I'm stuck in, whether it's the story about when I got the tummy ache and had to be picked up from school, or the story about my first crush and buying a Valentine's gift, or whatever my siblings can find to make fun of me. But for so many people, I'll always be little Jeremy. I'll always be the Jeremy that did those things. But as a person of faith, when I think about the way that the resurrection of Jesus has made me new in every way, that how it's changed my life in ways that are consequential in every specific avenue of the way I live, I can't allow myself to be trapped in a story that makes me or my life or what Christ has done in my life small. And that's no insult to my siblings, but I think that it's more of a personal responsibility of me taking on the message of Christ in the same way that Peter does to grow the church once Christ ascends into heaven. But it's about me taking personal responsibility for the call that's on my life. And there's nothing small about your call, and there's nothing small about mine. I hope that you have a blessed week. I hope that this has given you something to reflect on, specifically the question of what story have you been trapped in, and how has Christ's resurrection freed you from that story. Next week, we'll be looking into the story of Thomas and how his experience of Christ's resurrection affected him. Have a blessed weekend, Lakeside.